There is a saying that we're all looking for the light at the end of the tunnel, and this year seems to have been a very dark tunnel indeed. One wit commented that the light at the end of the tunnel is a good thing, as long as it's not a train heading towards us. We do seem to be trying to find our way in dark places.
Again, this is the USS Montana requesting that you immediately divert your course 15 degrees to the north to avoid a collision. Over.
Please divert your course 15 degrees to the south to avoid collision.
This is Captain Hancock. You will divert your course. Over.
Negative, Captain. I'm not moving anything. Change your course. Over.
So, this is the USS Montana, the second largest vessel in the North Atlantic Fleet. You will change course 15 degrees north, or I will be forced to take measures to ensure the safety of this ship. Over.
This is the lighthouse, mate. It's your call. Hello, Captain?
There are a few places in this country which are really dark. I don't just mean dark, but real, can't see your hand in front of your face dark. I've only experienced it once in the middle of Dartmoor on a night exercise on a moonless, cloudy night. There was nothing to see. Even my hand in front of my face was just a blur. And when you can't see in any direction, the horizons close in. You're merely aware of what's right next to you, and not only through touch or speech, you really are on your own. And there we were, in the middle of nowhere, the clouds having rushed over the face of the few faint stars that have been lighting our way. And we're in the middle of bogs and peat cuttings with no safe path under our feet. At that point you really are in the dark. The present times seem to be dark times. The usual celebration we would have for births, marriages and birthdays are limited and distant. Even funerals are limited and brief. There is really no chance to grieve together. We are facing an uncertainty, and it brings to mind the words of George VI in the Christmas message of 1939. This was the first Christmas of the Second World War, when Britain stood on the edge of the brink. The King concluded his message with these words from The Gate of the Year by Minnie Louise Haskins. And I said to the man who stood at the gate of the year, give me a light that I may tread safely unto the unknown. And he replied, go out into the darkness and put your hand into the hand of God. That shall be better to you than a light and safer than a known way. So I went forth and finding the hand of God, trod gladly into the night. And to come back to that dark and lonely stretch of Dartmoor, we could have sat and waited for the morning and the sun to come up and to find our way home. Yet one of our officers had a torch and a map, and that's all we needed. Following the light and with one hand on the shoulder of the person in front of us, we found our way forward. There may have been dangers if we'd strayed, but we followed the light and we kept on the path until we were safe again. It's not surprising that Jesus is referred to as the light of the world. He was born into a world before street lights and car headlights, which only made the stars far more visible. The wise men were led by a star. Jesus came to give sight to the blind, and yet when he died, darkness fell at noon. And yet we know the light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. We know this because we see it every morning. Even our present circumstances will end, and we can enjoy being out together on those long, late summer evenings again. So just to finish with, as we now have plenty of time to think, I want to leave you with 3 questions. Who do we really trust to guide us when things look black? Who do we look for to lend us a helping hand? And what can we do to be light to others?